Thank you for taking this moment to breathe and to listen to what can change your life forever. My name is Ragnar Zinikas and I'm the founder of Starpreneurs TV, How to Dominate the Decade talk show, World Women Conference and Awards, and the creator of Coral Desk. My mission is to empower through education. And I want to thank you for showing up today here, because by doing so, you are contributing in your personal growth. Today, we have the honor to talk with a real queen from South Africa, and her biography is absolutely amazing. It took me a while to go even through that biography, but I don't want to take much of the mystery and magic away, and I will just give you a very short introduction, and she's going to tell us her story herself. So today we have the honor to talk with Shamila Ramjawan, an entrepreneur, Mrs. Johannesburg 2019, an entrepreneur, lecturer, and she is a multiple global awardee and speaker who delivers inspiring workshops on youth development and women empowerment. So, who is Shamila? And please share us with your story. Why are you doing what you're doing?
Good afternoon, good evening to everyone around the world. Thank you so much for having me today. I'm truly humbled. It's such a great opportunity and a wonderful platform. I really, really appreciate it. I am Shamila Ramjawan from Johannesburg, South Africa, and I am, as you said, a global awardee, a lecturer at the university, and lots more.
So if we talk about your passion, if we talk about your purpose in life, what would you say what they are today? We all know that it's ever changing, but what would you say today?
I always believe in following your dreams, and my passion and purpose in life is to always give back. And that is why my entire world revolves around me doing community work, community development, engaging with people, and just impacting the lives of other people. So that is where my passion and my purpose lies, is just making a difference, and also the fulfillment that I get in doing so. So for me, it's a win-win-wins.
What would you say, how do you distinguish yourself in business and in life?
If I have to look at business, I'm very aggressive. I call myself a disruptor, because when it comes to business, I tend to do a lot more focusing on my passion and my drive. And I tend to really delegate a lot of my time, or dedicate a lot of my time in business. I know at the end of the day, it's going to be my successes. And in doing so, when it comes to me as a person, I'm a very warm, open door policy person, transparent, very giving, compassionate, lots of emotion. If I see somebody crying, I will cry with them. So that's the type of sensitive person I am. So that's how I would distinguish business to being just a person that is an introvert sometimes, an extrovert sometimes, but just being a normal human being.
So I think that you, as you have been involved in entrepreneurship a long time, and now also giving the lectures at university, what do you see? What are the common challenges that the entrepreneurs have while they are starting their businesses, or now as we are in very disruptive times trying to reinvent themselves?
So just from an entrepreneurial background, I would say the major challenges that entrepreneurs face, especially when you're starting up, is finance, number one. Number two is networks, because you don't know many people, and entrepreneurship can be a very lonely journey if you don't have the personality to go with whatever you're trying to sell, the product or the service. So those are the two major things that I can think of. So I would say in order for you to succeed or to grow is to grow your network, because your network is your net worth. And for me, that's very important. But going back to the challenges, when people actually start, or going on their own and starting as an entrepreneur, there's obviously financial difficulties. Then it's the support structure, because a lot of people won't support you on your journey. And there's many other factors, but the main thing that I experienced was having that financial difficulty in starting my business. So being a business management lecturer at the University of South Africa, I actually lecture in entrepreneurship. And I find that the most important thing that a startup entrepreneur should actually focus on is your business plan. Because your business plan outlines all the components that you would need in order to actually drive your business.
So let's move now from entrepreneurship, which is one world, and then you have decided to participate at the beauty pageants. What would you say, what has been your biggest learning point or while participating in beauty pageants?
Well, I just want to give you a bit of background about the beauty pageant. I'm not a beauty queen. I took part in a beauty pageant, but it's beauty with a purpose. So for me, it's all about giving back to communities and just making an impact and making a difference in the lives of people. So when I entered the Mrs. Johannesburg pageant, Role Models Foundation, they actually do a lot of community work. And I decided that this is where I want to be. And, being a single woman, they give single women an opportunity to take part in a Mrs. pageant. And also with me being much older. So I opted for the challenge because I know I can do a lot more in the communities. And that's exactly why I entered the pageant. Little did I know that I'm going to win the pageant, but it was an amazing journey. And I just found that, just back to your question, just be real, be present, be yourself, be authentic. That is most important. So that's basically what I learned going through that journey.
Those are great points that anyone who you are watching start to write things down. So if you still do not have your paper and pen with you, I encourage you to do so. Let's talk. Let's move back to entrepreneurship, and let's talk about the company that you have founded. And again, it goes back with a great cause. But what would you say that the company that you founded, why did you start with it? And again, while building it, what have been your biggest, greatest lessons while building your FAMRAM solution company?
So I started my company. I used to actually work in corporate, heading up marketing and communications departments in various organizations. And I was also head of the corporate social investment projects in the one company. And I found that there is such a need out there in communities, and there's so much that we can actually do. So when I worked at Business Against Crime South Africa, I found that I wasn't totally stimulated, and I needed to get out and just do something on my own and become an entrepreneur. So I started my marketing company in 2014 called FAMRAM Solutions. And I started on a very small scale, just doing CVs, writing business plans, writing strategic documents, editing dissertations for students. And I felt that was very stimulating for me, although it wasn't bringing me lots of income. And then I just started growing the business in terms of promotional items, training and development. I worked with a lot of partners where I outsourced a lot of services. And then I decided that I'm going to actually research the menstrual cup as an alternative sanitary product, because I found that girls in rural areas have nothing to use. They use feathers, leaves, pages from their textbooks, foam from mattresses. I'm working with 2 doctors in Lesotho where they say that the girls are using cow dung, where they roll it up and they make it into a sanitary pad, or they stuff it up their vaginas because they have nothing to use and they get infections. So I decided that I'm going to research the menstrual cup, and it took me about 2 years. And I had all my ducks in a row. And then I found that in order for me to actually start this, I will have to actually create my own menstrual cup, because for me to get one from overseas, for example, the Diva cup or whatever, it's going to cost a huge amount of money and nobody can afford that. So I decided to come up with my own brand. I named it after my daughter, who is Shamila Ramjawan, and I call her my princess. So it was easy to name the product, Princess D. And I came up with my own menstrual cup in 2016. So currently, the product is in over 20 countries. I would say it's the biggest in the world in terms of visibility. And we're just changing lives of girls and women globally.
This is beautiful. I had the honor to also interview your princess, and I think that about all of that project and the people that you are also helping in South Africa and really going to the villages and really finding the people that truly need help. This is something that I truly want to appreciate you. I want to celebrate you. I want to say thank you for doing so, because you are a great role model of change in our world. So let's talk about the other recognitions and awards. There's a multiple, it's a long list, but I wanted to know, what do you feel, what is the closest to your heart and really means the most of you? I know that it's going to be very difficult and you don't want to exclude anyone, but let's say sometimes it is like for some things we need to make more effort, or for some things we have been working maybe years and years for it to really have an impact. So what would you say what it is?
I think it's very important for me to add that a lot of my awards are mainly impact awards, meaning that I have made a difference in the lives of people. So I would say currently I'm sitting on about 10 to 12 global awards, which is quite a lot for a person. But I believe it's not about the award, it's about being recognized. And I cannot single any one of them out, because I think they all have different merits and they all have different value and beliefs in me. So for me, it's just thanking everybody for supporting me, for recognizing me, and just making me do more. I think, for me, it's all about getting out there and just flying the kite even higher, because I know this is now encouragement and I can do more. So back to your question, Ragnar, nothing stands out completely. They all are just so valuable to me, and I appreciate each and every one of them.
Two diplomatic answers. So thank you for answering. I knew that it's going to be a little challenging for me to ask, but at least I tried. Okay, so let's talk about more. What are the other projects that you are involved with, and wow, the big why are you doing them?
So I think in terms of projects and the type of person that I am, I just love being kept busy, and lots of opportunities have come my way. For example, I debuted in a movie that was shot last year. It was actually supposed to be screened this year in June, but because of COVID-19, it didn't, because cinemas are all closed. Hopefully by December, that's going to hit the big screens. And I can't really say much about the part in the movie, but it's actually really, really awesome. I loved it. I loved the people in it. It was just, everybody was so supportive, and it's got some really big names in South Africa. So there's a lot of actors and actresses that are really out there shining, and it's going to add a lot of value to the movie that I acted in. So I'm looking forward to being with all these celebrities. So that is called Who's My Daddy? That's going to hit the cinemas this December, I would say. And then I'm actually a reality TV star, and I was elected as one of 8 leaders of South Africa to actually take part in a reality show called Thrivers. So Thrivers was shot in a small town in the Western Cape last year in October. It was over 21 days where we had to camp on a sports field, and we ate plant-based food, and we had projects, community projects to actually take care of. So with zero funding, we had to now go and honor those projects, which we did. So it's actually quite an amazing journey. It was a sense of fulfillment, because it's, it speaks to my heart, where I love doing community work. And yeah, so that is quite exciting. That's actually going to hit Netflix this December. So you'll be able to watch it as well. So the whole series is actually, it's Survivor to Thriver. So basically we had to do the community projects and just change the lives of people in that little town. And it was just awesome. We had such an amazing time. We slept in tents. We just did all these projects together. And, you know, it's just a normal reality show because 8 leaders, strong people, put together, working together, trying to do projects. We had our conflicts, we had our cries, we had our laughter. It's going to be really amazing.
Beautiful, congratulations. So let's talk about more of those projects or the community projects. I know that you have been very involved with youth and women empowerment. Can you talk about more about those projects?
So in terms of empowerment, I'm not going to say, well, it's women empowerment and just empowerment. I just believe that there's so much more that I can do. I always go to bed feeling that I just didn't do enough. So there's something, you know, I feel like there's a missing puzzle piece and I want to do more. So recently I started my own chat show called the Red Corner Chat, and I launched it on Women's Day in South Africa, which is the 9th of August. And to date, I've interviewed, or I chatted to, I would say, because it's a very informal chat, to 40 really inspiring women across the globe. So I kept it pretty open just for women during Women's Month in South Africa. But going forward, I have amazing speakers, amazing lineup that people are going to actually come on board and chat to me from across the globe, and that includes men as well. So that is why I said it's empowerment overall. In terms of women empowerment, I feel there's so much that we can do still. You know, we need to collaborate, we need to get together, and we need to all sing the same tune, because if we join forces and join hands and create that sisterhood, there's so much that we can do, because we still don't have that place at the boardroom table. And that is something that we strive for and we're fighting for. I'm an advocate for that. I'm driving it to the best of my ability, but it's not enough. We need to collaborate, we need to get together, and we need to fight for what we want.
Definitely, that is a great mission, and hopefully also the goal to achieve very soon all the marks or the, let's say, the signs are right, and I think we are moving to the right direction. But let's talk about your foundation. Who do you serve, and why did you start with the foundation?
So the foundation is called FamRam Foundation. If you're wondering what's FamRam that I talk about all the time, let me just maybe give you a bit of background. So FamRam, the name actually came about as Family Ramjawan, my surname. So in the business, I have Daksha, who is my family, that's FamRam Solutions. And then the foundation is FamRam Foundation, where I have Daksha and my son that contribute towards the foundation. So all 3 of us get together, we put money into the foundation. We don't do any fundraising around any of the projects that we do. We do it as a family. So we have a number of projects that we actually go out and do. So it's looking after orphans, it's feeding schemes, it's providing the menstrual cup as well. We do Christmas parties. Recently I bought textbooks for an impoverished student that wanted to study auditing, and I spent 8,000 Rand on books for her. I contributed to murals at a primary school in Durban. So there's various projects that we do, but we don't really mention it. And that is basically us that fund the projects as a family. And it's all about giving back. I feel there's so much that one can do. And if you can afford to do it, go ahead and do it, because you are just changing lives in the process.
Beautiful. What do you think? What the future will bring you professionally and also personally?
So looking ahead, I would say I'm currently doing my doctoral studies now. I'm a doctoral candidate, and I'm hoping to finish that within the next 2 years. And that is something also very close to my heart. It's my topic is menstrual hygiene management. And when I complete that, then I will decide what I want to do. But I think, for now, it's just about upskilling myself. I've just finished an assessor moderator training course, CETA accredited. I've done project management during lockdown. I'm busy with the portfolio now for teaching and learning methodologies where I'm upskilling myself in teaching as a lecturer. So there's a lot of things one can do to upskill yourself and just grow yourself as an individual. You know, for me, it's not about being complacent, because I'm not a person that would sit in a corner and say, I have nothing to do and I'm bored. I'm always bored. I'm always busy, and there's not enough hours in the day. So in terms of going forward, I'm going to take it one day at a time. I think it's just about focusing on my doctorate now, getting through that. And I want to do more in the world in terms of helping others. At some point, I'd love to sit on a committee, maybe the UN committee or one of the big committees in the world where I can overlook and oversee the world as a giver.
Beautiful. So I want to thank you, everybody, that you have been taking the time to listen to our interview. And we encourage you to leave your comments, your recommendations, your questions below this video, because we would love to hear back from you and also hear about your experiences, how you give back to the world. And if you haven't done it, maybe to write down today the 3 causes which are closest to your heart, and where would you like to contribute. But we're continuing, and Shamila is going to give us her 3 recommendations how to dominate the decade.
This is actually quite a tough one, I would say. So I would start by collaborating. I think that is very important. In business, you don't know many people. You need to actually now leverage on your skills, and other people might have the business opportunities. So collaborate as much as possible. You know, at a time like this, we're using technology. I would say upskill yourself, because that is so important. There's a lot of organizations and institutions that are offering free courses. Join in on that. Just upskill yourself, and digital marketing is the in thing. So anyone taking advice, upskill yourself on digital marketing, because that is the way to go. And then I think just finding opportunities. There's a lot of opportunities out there. So you need to search, you need to see where your passion lies and what's going to actually give you that sense of fulfillment. So find those opportunities and just grasp them and go with the flow, because you never know where you're going to be in 5 years' time.
You that you're looking, I hope that you made some notes again, because I'm pretty sure that most of us need to do exactly what was recommended by Shamila at this point. But Shamila, if someone wants to contact you, if someone wants to follow you, how can they do so?
I'm actually very active on social media. I tend to post a lot because I feel that is an opportunity as well. Remember, your messages are never stale. You might target somebody today and other people are not on social media on that particular day. So just be aggressive in your marketing, especially when it comes to social media marketing. Here's more advice. Use the free marketing, because there's opportunities where you can actually showcase your brand, showcase your business. So in terms of my social media, I'm on Instagram, shamila.ramjawan. I'm on LinkedIn, Shamila Ramjawan. I'm on Twitter, Ramjawan Shamila. I think if you just search Shamila Ramjawan, you'll get me. And on Facebook, it's Shamila Ramjawan or Shamila Ramjawan, Mrs. Johannesburg 2019. And if you actually connect with me, then you'll connect with all my other pages as well. Beautiful. And then I also have websites, www.princessdmenstrualcup.com, or my other company page, www.famramsolutions.com.
Thank you for sharing that, and I'm pretty sure that there will be people that will be using those channels. Shamila, what would be your last message to everybody that took the time today to listen to our interview?
My best advice or my message to everyone is, take the time to focus on yourself. We're going through COVID-19, and what is most important is your health. You know, yes, we cannot forget about business, we cannot forget about paying our bills, but focus on yourself as well, because mental health is so important. So do a bit of exercise, meditate for 10 minutes a day, or just go for a walk, just to get some stress reliever. And I would say, in terms of yourself, believe in the power of now, because you need to actually put things into action now. Don't procrastinate, just do it. Be unstoppable. So drive as many things as you possibly can handle at once, like me. And I'm sure you can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. So I would say focus on yourself first, then your business, and then everything else will fall into place. The world is your oyster.
This is beautiful. Well, Shamila, this time took my words away, as you know. But thank you very much for joining us today. It was a great pleasure to have you with us from South Africa and sharing your story with us, which truly has the power to change so many other lives. So you took the time to be with us and hopefully made some notes. If not, go back to this video and listen to it again. There's a lot of action points that you can actually write down, and not to write down, but also take action. And speed of implementation, especially in business and entrepreneurship, is everything. So become the hero of your own life by taking action today. And you can also become the hero in someone else's life. How? By just using this one finger and by sharing this video. So become the hero of your own life, and sharing is caring. So share this video. I will see you in our next episode. Thank you very much for investing your time in us and in yourself. Shamila, thank you very much for joining us, and thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you, Rachna. Thank you for the opportunity. And I wish you everything of the best as well. And thank you for empowering us, because it really means a lot. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to learn from all of these chats. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you.